the T&Beaz Power Hour. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the T&Beaz Power Hour. I'm T, and
I'm B.
that you are, my friend. Hey, Bees, it's been another week. A whole
Right
other
there.
7 days have passed, and of course, more ridiculous and crazy news, I'm sure, is on the horizon. But what have you been up to? What have you been doing for the last 7 days?
Not much really. Just trying to enjoy my last few days before my semester started today.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oof. Two cool things that happened. Um, I finally made my debut on Sparrows.
That was awesome.
That was so awesome. Hashtag Eldritch Abomination.
Eldritch Sausagination as well.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was just sausage party. That was the best fucking episode ever.
That was crazy. Totally
Um,
crazy.
oh yeah. And then two, for those of you, I told you this earlier, Ty. For those of you that have been following me for a while, know that I was trying to get into speed running. I've been trying to network here and there, trying to get to know people, and I started talking to the gentleman who is in the 26th. He's in 26th place of the entire world for speed running, and he has agreed to coach me, to be my senpai, to help me speedrun. So super pumped
Speedrunning.
about that.
Is he
Mega Man X.
Mega Man X? Yes, he's 25th in the world for Mega Man X, or multiple
Oh,
games, or
well, I haven't checked any other ones. I know on the website speedrun.com that I'm looking here and I see him right here as number 26. Boom.
ooh yeah,
By like 1 second.
got the
If he drops
gurus.
2 seconds, he jumps up to 23rd.
Man, speedrunning. I tried doing it at some points in my life just to see what it was all about, but it is stressful. It is
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
downright.
Yeah.
You're like 1 second off, and you go, "Oh, my life is over."
Yeah. Yeah. And I hadn't done it in a while. I was busy doing other things, working on the new stream stuff and the new shows. And so I was watching a bunch of stuff today and talking with him. So I got back on the game and I was like, all right, time to pick up from where I left off. All right, let's run this. And I could not beat the first level.
Oh
I could not beat the first
no!
level let me just say without dying,
Yeah.
or like screwing up majorly to where it's going to cost me like 20 seconds. But like it was extremely frustrating,
I can
and
imagine.
I didn't even get close to even moving on because I could not beat that level today, and I got mad, threw my controller down, and just closed the game out.
Broken more
So
controllers that way.
loving it.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. You'll have to keep us informed on your progress as you
Well, I'm gonna
become
start doing some streams of it.
the
So
premier #1 speedrunner of Mega Man X in the world here. You've heard it here first.
okay, yeah. If I
uh
have the gift, then it'll be something, but I don't know.
yeah, I haven't been doing anything quite so interesting as that. I've just I've got some art finished for Sinan, which was nice. Some cool
Yeah.
little pieces for that, and did the streaming thing and ran some games and had some crazy moments, and uh, decided to create a card battler using my system
Yeah. So
in the
nothing
future. Nothing
crazy, nothing
crazy.
out of the.
No, not a big deal at all. Uh,
To be fair, you did manage to finish a stream without getting me killed.
I did. The city still fell, but I think that's kind of the purpose.
Yeah,
I've been
yep.
streaming a lot of
It was kind of good. Yeah.
The Last Spell, a lot of fun, but you're destined to fail. There's no way to win that game until you've failed over and over again a few times. That's kind of one of the core mechanics for it. But yeah, I'm sure I'll kill you again in the future, Beast. Don't you worry. It'll happen.
Don't you worry.
Don't you worry. If I don't do it, you'll do it to yourself with your potions in our game.
Oh my
But
God.
that's what we're here for, is to become, Cthulhian horror amalgamations of tentacles and tongues and daggers in hands and all kinds of stuff. And to tell you the news, talk about that
That's how
news,
we do it.
and that's how we do. All right. So, getting to the news today, our first story
Let's do
is
it.
woman deliberately runs 49 red lights in ex-boyfriend's car to rack up fines after he left her for another woman. Oh boy, an angry woman was arrested in Zhejiang province in eastern China after she deliberately ran 49 red lights in her ex-boyfriend's car, according to local media. The woman, identified as Lu, asked a man called Chen to rent her former partner's Audi. The state-run Global Times newspaper reported. Chen then handed the car to another man called Zhu, who, with Lu, used the car in a 2-day marathon committing traffic offenses, the Global Times said. Zhu and Lu ran 49 red lights as well before they were stopped by police. Car belonged to someone known only as Khan, who, according to the Global Times, had dated Liu before leaving her for another woman. Following questioning by the police, it was revealed that Liu had come up with a plan to rack up fines in a bid to spite her ex. The newspaper said Zhu, Liu's accomplice, was reportedly promised a date with Liu if he joined the four-wheel revenge plot. Okay. Spited love, everyone.
I mean, okay, the story itself, not that crazy because I get it. There people have done worse. You know, so running 49 red lights. That I mean, yeah,
That's a
get
few.
it.
That's a few.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're mad enough
that's
at your ex,
determination.
right
Yeah,
there, that's at least kind of a clever thing to do to an ex of yours, to
yeah.
a spited.
Nobody gets hurt.
Yeah. I mean,
You
hopefully there was
know.
running red lights.
Well, yeah. I mean, so to be fair, I've driven around a lot, and I sit there at a red light, and there's not a damn car in sight for like 40 minutes.
True.
And I'm just sitting here like, whenever the hell you want to go. Oh, I better not run this light and get hit by
Roadrunner.
no one. So, I'm assuming most of those were that. Um, but yeah, she could have done something a little more drastic or dangerous to others.
Yeah, I mean, there are people who are
Um,
literally like attacking their
yeah,
exes or burning things, or the generalized crazy story is throwing stuff out in the yard, and
yeah.
but this other guy is like, yeah, I'll go break the law with a chance to date you. That's
That somebody we need to figure out where he lives. We need his address because we need to start a GoFundMe to send him gallons upon gallons of water because that is the thirstiest motherfucker to ever live.
yep.
I am not gonna go and help you commit what I assume might be a felony to just to get a chance to touch your butt. No, no,
You think felonies aren't
no.
worth butt touching? Is that what I'm
Hell
hearing?
no. I ain't met a butt that's worth getting a felony over and possibly getting put in jail and having to fight off Big Bubba from Cell Block D. No, hell no.
Oh,
Mm,
jeez. All right, fine, fine. So we'll just
nope.
say you're not as thirsty as this other
Apparently
individual.
not.
All right, our next story
Apparently not.
of today: 17 hurt in huge blast during LAPD detonation of explosive devices. Now, this is the one that you had mentioned to me, as a matter of
Oh
fact.
yes, the fireworks.
So, a major explosion in South Los Angeles on Wednesday evening damaged homes and injured 17 people, including police officers, as a bomb squad attempted to safely detonate improvised explosive devices that had been seized from a home, along with about 5,000 pounds of illegal fireworks. Whew! The blast damaged cars in a residential neighborhood and left debris on the streets. Video on social media showed a truck that was being used to collect the explosives also appeared to be severely damaged. So let's see. These devices were seriously unstable. They put it in the iron chamber of a semi truck that's supposed to contain explosives. However, there was a bigger boom than they intended. Quote, a total catastrophic failure of that containment vehicle. Uh, Paul Sanchez, a KTLA photojournalist, said he was filming the containment unit from about 50 feet away when it exploded. It didn't knock me to the ground. It almost was like someone had thrown a football style block against my chest. His ears kept ringing. It started ringing immediately. His adrenaline kicked in and he kept working, shooting the aftermath of the explosion. So, yeah. They still are trying to determine what went wrong specifically, but I mean, how do you accidentally set off explosives that are
Okay.
inert?
Well, I'm an expert in this kind of stuff, so let me tell you. I did a
Okay,
lot of research. And
right.
by research, I mean I listened to this story this one time that you just said it now. Um, I can pinpoint where it all went wrong. Some asshole did something that he thought he could handle, and he could not handle it. And he fucked up royally, and it all went tits up.
Yep.
And because it's the police force, they will not admit that at all, ever.
Of course they won't. I mean, you can't admit fault. You have to show capability
Yeah,
and authority, and
yeah, yeah, shit.
mm,
Yeah,
there's a
you
lot
got a
of
bullshit. There you
there's a lot
go.
of wet ink on some of these reports, I think.
hmm Oh yeah, 100%. But yeah, Johnny Jackass was like, "Oh, I got this. Don't worry, I know how to handle this. I've been in force 15 years." And then fucking lit something up, and it went and sparked something else that he wasn't planning to, and it all just went out of control in 2.5 seconds, and just went to hell.
Kablooey. Can you imagine sitting inside of your
hmm
house only a few blocks away hearing that bomb go off? I mean, that's what it would sound like. It's a bomb, not just a firework. But that many explosives inside of a metal containment unit that blasts people from 50 feet away.
Oh, I'd do this.
Whew.
Oh, I would be terrified, but then I would be happy. I'd be really happy because I am suing the shit out of the city. I PTSD for me, my kids, my wife, my cats. Fuck, we were house sitting some gerbils and they got PTSD too. Shit,
They've all got PTSD.
yeah,
It's a whole
fucking
family.
all the emotional distress,
Got all
all sorts
those
of stuff.
gerbils hitting the floor, looking around for enemies.
Shit, as soon as it blows up and let any of the shrapnel get close to my house, I'm just gonna start busting windows and shit and be like, look, they did all this house damage to me. I deserve more in my settlement.
I'm fairly certain that that level of force would have probably caused property damage just around them pretty severely.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's just from the concussive blast from that shit
Mhm.
detonating. Especially, you said how many pounds of illegal fireworks?
5,000. That's 2 tons, two and a half
Yeah,
tons of fireworks.
yeah. Yeah, anything within like a block is just getting wrecked.
Absolutely.
Like glass or not. Like built like yeah. Anything within like I want to say oh my god, wherever it detonated, anything within a street of that is just I it, done.
Yeah,
Done. I'm
absolutely.
surprised there are 17 hurt only.
Yeah, that's the fact that there isn't any fatalities or serious injuries. That's
Yeah.
like amazing in this
Yeah.
circumstance. Okay, so that is that story, and
A
we're
lot of
gonna
people critting on their dexterity saving throws.
yeah,
That's all I want to
whole lot of
say.
crit rolls there. So the next one is going to be, let's see. People dumped their pets into lakes, officials say. Now
Oh my god.
football-sized goldfish are taking over. Oh
Wow.
boy. Uh so that's an interesting one. Um all right, here we go. Officials in Burnsville, a city about 15 miles south of Minneapolis, demonstrated why late last week when they shared photographs of several massive goldfish that were recovered from a local lake, which I have an image of that real quick. There's those goldfish.
I was
Uh,
about to say, please tell me you have an image.
the
God
discarded pets
damn,
can
goldfish are.
swell
I
and
love
wreak
goldfish.
havoc.
They're beautiful.
They are. They're a very pretty thing. But they're
Yeah.
potentially really dangerous, more so than I thought when it came to environmental impact, because they dig, they uproot things,
hmm
they cause silt and debris that are abnormal because of where they actually nest. This guy says, please don't release your pet goldfish into
hmm
ponds and lakes. The city wrote a Twitter post, which had been liked and retweeted more than 15,000 times Sunday night. They grow bigger than you think and contribute to poor water quality by mucking up the bottom sediments and uprooting plants. So Burnsville, along with neighboring Apple Valley, began surveying the lake's goldfish population after residents complained of a possible infestation. Working with the company Carp Solutions, which specializes in controlling water pests, The city sent a team to investigate, and even it was surprised by the size of the fish it found. You see goldfish in the store, and they're these small fish, Caleb Ashling, Burnsville's natural resource specialist, said in an interview. When you pull a goldfish about the size of a football out of a lake, it makes you wonder how this can even be the same type of animal. A few goldfish might seem like some harmless addition to the local water body, but they're not. So this is a pretty big one. When it came to this, here you go. Last year, county workers removed an estimated 30 to 50,000 of the fish in one day. The origin of the problem, the county said, probably is one or more individuals illegally dumping pet goldfish over the years. In 2018, Washington state officials said they would spend about $150,000 rehabilitating a lake near Spokane that had become so overrun with goldfish that it was hurting the trout population. An invasive species expert in Alberta called the Canadian province's problem scary. And about 2 months ago in Virginia, state wildlife officials certified a record that an angler reeled in a 16-inch goldfish. But they warned that pet owners should never release their aquatic organisms into the wilds. These things can get to 4 or 5 pounds, and they breed like crazy. And they're actually,
Yeah.
surprisingly, they're actually really durable fish, which is why they can survive being shaken in bags by kids and put inside of water
Yeah.
that's way too acidic for them, or too cold or too hot all the time.
Hmm.
Even though you might go to Walmart and buy one from one of those bags and like, why did it die the day I brought it home?
Because that thing has been through some shit. That's why.
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, oh, that's a big ass goldfish. I've been this whole time just staring at it.
I mean, that
That thing
probably,
is fucking massive.
oh my gosh. So when I was 21, one of my friends was hanging out with we had a bunch of stupid teens and, early 20 somethings all hanging out at one point and having a bit of a little party. And someone got stupid and was like, we're going to play truth or dare or whatever. And the dare that came up was, I want you to eat one of the goldfish in the tank.
Oh,
And the guy did it. Took some soy sauce, took out a goldfish, put it in. I was like, oh, why are you? That's not even nice. And then proceeded to just eat the thing, scales and all, because it was too small to.
live.
Well, it was cooked. It was live until it went in the pan and they put the lid on.
Oh,
So
okay. So okay. See, that's. I thought it was just like, bro, eat a goldfish right now. Oh,
swallow
let me
it.
do it, bro. Ah, la, 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 like that.
I
I
mean,
was
I've
like,
heard of people
oh,
doing that, but no, that was a moment I went like, why the hell would that's not even your fish, man. That was ridiculous.
yeah. I'd be pissed if fucking Chad ate one of my fish because he's an asshole.
Yeah, but if you get one like this
Yeah,
size and
I'd
you
have to
catch
kick his
it
ass.
in a lake, what do you think? Is that good eating? You like fish?
I mean, I like fish, but something tells me that's not gonna be delicious. That's
uh, Probably not.
I mean, if you're dying and you need to survive, that's gonna be some good ass eating. But my sensitive, spoiled ass palate, probably not.
So, if you out there in the audience have ever caught a large and oversized goldfish and eaten it, let us know. Let us
Yes,
know if
please
it's
let
good.
us know. When I was younger, I had to bite the head off of the first fish I caught because holy shit, Adam,
Because
wow,
my dad said it was
that's
a
metal
family
as
tradition.
fuck.
Oh, that's not metal. That's like, oh my god, I can't believe he did
That's
it coming from the dad. That's what's.
I'm fine. I'm sorry, Adam. Come here, Adam. I
Just get
got
in with those hugs. It's okay. All right, moving on from fish horrors.
holy shit. That's all I can say is that's metal as fuck. Like I caught my first fish. Ah,
My
bathed in its
precious.
blood.
Well,
I've gained its vitality. Like wow.
either you're stealing power from it or you're Gollum from Lord of the Rings, one or the other.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know. Do fish bleed out like that? I don't think they
They
just like anime bleed out
They
like that,
don't
do they?
anime bleed. They do have blood. Some of them have more than others. Some of them are, but
Yeah.
they definitely do have a bloodline that moves through them. They're so. I mean, if you've ever caught and cleaned a fish, you can attest that they bleed.
No,
But
I
it's
have.
not
I've
like
caught but never cleaned one.
they
No.
don't have like those super strong squirty hearts. So it's not
There's a lot going in
something.
there for sure. Everything that Adam says now, I just want to hug him more. I'm so sorry, Adam. I am so sorry. Shit.
All right, we're gonna move on from fish now to the next
Yeah,
story.
let's
The next
go
story
on to
is
something else.
Delhi police uses water cannons against BGP workers protesting over the water crisis. So the Delhi police on Monday resorted to water cannons to disperse the BJP workers who staged a protest over the water crisis in civil lines. Delhi BJP Media Department head Navir Kumar said that the police used water cannons and lathis on the protesters, and the mobile phones of many party workers were damaged. Haryana is releasing 120 million gallons per day, lesser than usual. Due to this, the production of more than 100 mgd of water has been affected. The water supply from Yamuna River to 3 water treatment plants has dipped. The 3 WTPs that receive water from Haryana used to produce a whole bunch of it, and now they only produce about half of it. So they are having a bit of a drought situation, and they're having issues with water. So it's like, what do we want? Water! When do we want it? As they get just hosed down in that moment. Yeah, we don't have enough water to use on you, so we're going to dump all of this at once.
I mean, to be fair, the Delhi police are not the villains in this. They are giving the people what they want.
They were just the people needed to be smart enough and like bring duffel bags that are waterproof to collect that stuff, right?
Exactly. Or, specify how you want the water. You can't just say we want more water now, because that's what happens. You get more water now.
It sounds like a dad move. It's like your kids are whining about something continuously, and you're just like,
I would
fine,
do
and you
that
just throw it in their
100%.
face.
Wet t-shirt contest protest. It just so happens that everybody that showed up was wearing a white shirt.
Yep, that's what
So
it is.
it turned from a protest to it degraded really quickly.
It became a party out there in the Delhi sun.
Yeah. Now, what is BJP?
What? That's a good question. I should look that up actually. What is BJP? Bharatiya Janata Party.
And he's on the list.
It's one of the 2 major political parties in
Okay.
India. Like, Republicans are,
Oh, okay.
Democrats
Gotcha.
or whatever. It's a political party. All right. So we'll move on to the next one. Wi-Fi password leads to disagreement, allegedly firing shots at her neighbor. So a woman was arrested and is facing multiple charges after an apparent disagreement with her neighbor turned violent, according to Pittsburgh police. The alleged incident happened in the apartment building on Forbes Avenue around 11 a.m. on July 9th, and the police spoke with witnesses after it had occurred. Jania Allen, 23, was asked by her neighbor's son for the Wi-Fi password, which led to a verbal argument between her and the neighbor. Police say witnesses told them at that time Allen had a gun on her and told the neighbor, "Come down and fight me." After that, when the neighbor shut her door to the house, they heard shots fired from outside. The neighbor had allegedly opened the door to see Allen going back to her apartment. At that point, they called 911. While police had been en route, Allen left the apartment building and drove away in her car. So they found at the house, with the neighbor's babysitter, son, and brother all inside the apartment, bullet holes in the door outside and the roof inside. So it's likely that she fired through the door, and it just went right into the house. The lady's now facing multiple charges, including 4 counts of aggravated assault, 4 counts of reckless endangering another person, 2 counts of simple assault, 2 counts of terroristic threats, and 2 counts of carrying a firearm without a license. This sounds like a Florida man story.
Yeah, but like, what? So I'm listening and I'm trying to see why this all went to hell.
So here's what I think from a logistical point happened. Her son's friend goes over to the friend's house. They live in the same apartment building, and the son is asked for the Wi-Fi password to his own Wi-Fi, so they'd be hijacking it. And then the lady finds out about that, gets mad, stop stealing my Wi-Fi, whatever, I'm going to shoot you. Or the other way around, I want to steal your Wi-Fi, let me have it, or I'll shoot you. One or the other.
Yeah, like that's, wow. This is what happens when you are not educated. Because, yeah, okay, my son gives my Wi-Fi password away. Damn, how dare you? Remember not to do that in the future. I'm going to be real mad at you. Guess what I do? Change the Wi-Fi password. Or, crazy enough, block the goddamn MAC addresses of the of devices that are
Now
using your stuff.
that one is probably a little outside of normal use, bees.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
But
totally,
still,
yeah, you can change the password
basic
anytime.
101, you can change the password.
Absolutely. That there's no reason to get so mad at someone that you draw a firearm on them unless they're, I don't know, attacking you or threatening someone you love. There's
Yeah.
no, you don't do it because of Wi-Fi. She fired into the door. There were kids in the building. Like, who the hell?
Oh no, I'd have beat God. Oh, I'd have fought somebody at that point.
Yeah.
You do not shoot at my kids and put them in danger. No, no, no. You
Nope.
can get mad at me all you want, but the moment you put my kids in danger, nope, that's when we got to go a couple rounds.
That point,
Got to put the paws on.
Papa Bear goes berserk right at that point.
Yep. Locking down MAC address isn't that no, no, you're right.
All right, moving on to the next one. This one is cigarette maker Philip Morris to buy the UK producer of respiratory treatments. Philip Morris is like one of the biggest cigarette providers in the nation, overseas. The move by Philip Morris is the latest push by big tobacco companies to change their image, following years of negative press and lawsuits for marketing and selling cigarettes, a product that health advocates and experts say continues to be the leading cause of preventable deaths worldwide. Philip Morris aims to use Vectura's expertise with inhalable formulations and device design to produce a range of over-the-counter and prescription-based respiratory therapies. So, yeah, this
Now in menthol.
now in menthol. This person says, on one hand, Philip Morris's determination to accelerate the end of smoking might seem like turkeys voting for Christmas, but as more and more people shift to health, turkeys voting for Christmas. I guess turkey dinner is more common overseas on Christmas because Thanksgiving is the thing here.
I
But
guess.
uh,
Maybe?
but as
Yeah.
more and more people shift to healthier lifestyles, they would eventually be found themselves. Why is that in brackets? Eventually found themselves obsolete. So they're attempting to hedge out the market on the cures for their own illnesses in an effort to make money off of that.
Oh my god.
And McSherry
So can you
says,
get it in like a
"Go ahead."
huh? Oh.
I was gonna
Oh
say,
no, I was gonna say I was I was just gonna say like can you get like a 2 pack or like is it like a card thing? Like once you like you get it stamped every time and after your first 100 pack of cigarettes you get a respirator for free?
yeah, there you go. It's like get yourself prepped for that inevitable moment when you can no longer breathe.
Yeah,
McSherry in the audience says, "Dude, I was reading about that. Like, talk about a monopoly. Buy our cigarettes, and then we'll sell you the inhaler you need because you bought our cigarettes." I mean, that's just
exactly.
that's smart investments right there. That's what that is.
That's
That's not the corruption of the way our financial system works at all.
yeah. That's like McDonald's selling, you know, like I don't know. Damn, what's the word I'm looking for? Insulin shots or
There you
something,
go.
you know, after you eat their food,
Insulin shots
you
and
know? Like
defibrillators. That's what we're
yeah,
talking
exactly.
about.
Like, you know, buy the new Big Mac meal, you'll get a burger, fries, a drink, and a defibrillator for free.
We'll give you the
Get one of our new
adrenaline.
5 defibrillators.
We'll give you the
Yeah.
adrenaline shots you need to survive our meal.
It's the adrenaline to eat more.
Exactly. Let's make you hungrier.
Jeez.
Oh
Full
jeez.
product life cycle, exactly.
Yeah, this is just outright corruption in my opinion.
Mm-mm.
And a company that has made a ridiculous amount of money on a product that damages the life of its own consumer base, and then they're going around to take that huge amount of money that they have to buy the next big product that they're going to need or be able to use to continue making money. It's the horrors of capitalism, in my opinion. Some of these things can be really bad depending on where they go. You know. All right. So with that,
Exactly. That's just wow.
our next
That makes
story.
as much sense
Go ahead.
as the water cannon one.
Wasting water when people are trying to, yeah. Like, couldn't they have used that's to go back to that story?
I
Couldn't they
mean,
have used a
act
different tactic?
well, I mean, the only other to be fair, it was either that or like beanbag guns.
Yeah, but guns don't waste water when you're in the middle of a water
Beanbag
shortage.
guns leak. Beanbag guns hurt like a motherfucker, though.
That's true. They will bruise and break
Yeah,
bones and stuff. They're pretty brutal. And those rubber
yeah.
bullets. Oh man, we got to witness those here when we had all the protests happening. Uh, there were a
Oof.
lot of individuals that are coming back with like eye wounds and stuff. It was bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right,
That was oof.
moving on. Oregon man knocks out hog ties active shooter, according to Portland police. I just put that on here because I'm from Oregon, and it's nice to have a nice story every once in a
Was this
while.
really you, Ty?
I'm not
Was
gonna
this you?
say. I'm not gonna say that you've never seen me or Oregon man in the same room, but so Oregon authorities say a Portland shooting incident saw 29 bullets fly before witnesses subdued and beat up the suspect, who was the only person injured. A neighbor snuck up on the gunman and knocked him out before others helped tie him up. So Luke Stolarsk, 32, allegedly fired more than 24 rounds indiscriminately at an occupied apartment building, firing at random in southwest Portland at around 1 a.m. June 29th. No one was injured, so that's lucky. There was obviously not a whole lot of soft targets going, through the
Yeah.
walls, windows, whatever. He didn't. After being woken up by a
Yeah.
loud argument, a neighbor identified in court documents as John Dickinson went outside and saw the suspect with a handgun and green laser. Solarski left, then came back with an AR-15, which he is accused of firing at random towards a row of apartments, the affidavit alleges. Dickinson crept up and bashed the 140-pound suspect with a stick, and then wrestled the gun away, narrowly avoided getting shot, and pummeled Stolarsk with his fists until he was unconscious, according to the affidavit. So the thing that bothers me about this particular one, there was a lot of shots that went off. There was video of firing at it. There was a Stolarsk was firing at a man that
Mhm.
ran through the parking lot. Got lucky. This guy was a horrible shot. But this
Yeah.
is the charges. They charged him with multiple counts of unlawful use of a weapon, criminal mischief,
Oh,
and discharging a firearm.
what?
Those were his charges. Yeah.
I let me not get started on that because I'm gonna say some stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
oh man. Wow. Well, thank God for the cowboy. Like
Yep.
Sherry said, only cowboys with lassos can stop guys with guns.
Taking him down. Nobody got
You brought
hurt,
a
so
lasso to a gunfight?
Wee-ha!
Yeah. Oh God.
Thump. Yeah, good shot. Well, good Samaritan being what it was. That individual hopefully should never. I mean, honestly, should never have had to deal with that. But it's a good thing they did, because that could have gotten a lot worse. But the fact that those charges were what were levied against this individual when everybody knew what was happening. Ugh.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's insane. Like,
When
oh,
when you hear criminal mischief, to my it's like, oh, you scamp,
yeah,
just firing your
yeah,
AR
criminal.
indiscriminately.
Yeah, you do some graffiti. That's criminal mischief.
Right?
You egg somebody's house or and break a window. That's criminal mischief. Not going around, firing off rounds like it's oh, that's like saying, "Oh, this guy just murdered somebody in cold blood. Let's charge him with disorderly conduct."
Yeah. Laws. Am I
Like,
right? Lawmakers. Am I right?
yeah,
All
I was
right.
about to say lawmakers.
Lawmakers. Exactly. All right. Next one. Gutterball. Michigan man finds 160 bowling balls under his home. Now this
Nice.
is an interesting one. So, um, there we go. A Michigan man made a striking discovery under his house when he went to demolish his back stairs. About 160 bowling balls. David said he found one ball buried in the sand behind cinder blocks this month and continued finding more over the following days. I was actually a little happy about it because that's a little easier to roll bowling balls out of the way than to move the sand and figure out where to put all of that, he told the Detroit Free Press. Olson believes there are even more buried under his Norton Shores home. He contacted the maker of the balls, Brunswick Bowling Products, one of the biggest makers of bowling balls, actually, which had a plant in the area and said they were made in the 1950s. He said former employees contacted him and told him the workers used to take scrap bowling balls to use as an alternative to gravel or sand. So they literally just used excess bowling balls the same way that you would to fill something in. Brunswick shut down the Muskegon plant in 2006. Olson said that many of the balls aren't in good shape. They don't even have finger holes and aren't polished. He's donated some plans to give some to the Muskegon Heritage Museum, and he used the rest for landscaping or to make sculptures. What'd you do if you found like your house was built on bowling balls?
Well, are the bowling balls a like structural fix point of my house? Like moving them is going to destroy my house? I'd be pretty pissed because that is not really like structurally sound.
Yeah.
But if it's just like a stash of bowling balls under my house, I don't know. I mean, I'd be like, "Huh, cool. I wonder how much I can sell these for."
Do you think
Kind of thing.
Do you think the bowling balls made in 1950s were like made of some sort of cancer causing agent as well? You know, a lot of things in the
Oh
past.
God. Oh man. Like it's just like lead but covered in like some kind of radioactive paint that nobody ever tested.
It's
That would
radioactive
be
and lead paint
awful.
mixed in with asbestos bowling balls.
Yeah.
And they don't have holes in them. So
That's
when you go to
that's how
drill
they
one, you're like, I'm going to drill this hole and I'm going to go to the bowling alley and oh,
uh
I'm dead now.
oh my God. Let's see, wait, hold on. I found an entire concrete patio broken up and buried under my old deck. I'm taking an entire dumpster full of I'm talking to an entire dumpster full of concrete slabs, not holy shit.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
a
I can
pain in the
imagine that
butt to
sucked to
move.
move. Yeah.
Whew.
Oh. I know, like Sherry said, I know Doyle would bust a nut if he found that. He would just, I mean,
He's like,
like
I've got
Sherry would lose him.
160 bowling
Yeah.
balls to find the one that just
Yeah.
fits per any occasion. This one's the
Oh yeah.
710 split bowling ball. This one's the
Oh
down the
no,
middle
you were
curve
fine
over.
at him. Yeah, oh my God. No, you're
Oh,
100% fine at him. I mean, that's pretty cool to find that under, like, why didn't you, I mean, I'm not homeowner, so I don't know too much, but why, like, was it beyond repair, or is it just like an aesthetics thing as to why you didn't go with the concrete that was there before and kind of just like fix it?
he says
Again, don't know what I'm talking
he has
about,
a
so
deck over top of it. So my assumption,
yeah.
without waiting for the answer, is that he was wanting to have a raised deck off the ground instead of the concrete patio on the ground. Um,
Okay.
so that would make sense to me. Lifting things up off the ground for home ownership is important to keep the bugs and any
Oh,
water damage
floods
and that
and
kind of
stuff
thing
like
out.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I found out not too long ago that if you happen to have too much of an airtight space under your house, it can build up gases like xenon and things like that are dangerous to you. Which is why you always
Oh,
see
hell no.
vents around like every house space
Hmm.
to try to protect you from the stuff that comes out of the ground during decomposition that could make you and your family sick or blow up or one of those
Oh
sort
shit.
of things.
That's it.
What do you
When I get my actual house, that shit's gonna be 10 feet off the ground.
You know, if not all of us are like Doyle, of course, what do you do with 160 bowling balls? That's a lot of
That
bowling balls.
I told you, I'm gonna try and polish them up, sell them.
Sell them. Yeah, I mean that's one thing I was gonna say is that unlike sand or gravel, which do have markets, I mean you can just bury it or dump it off to the side, use it for your other projects, or maybe give it to a company
Hmm.
that takes those types of soils and things. I imagine bowling balls might be harder to deal with, and if they
You
don't have
know,
holes in them, you polish them. What is it like a? You go sell it to some like fortune tellers or something as a crystal ball. I mean, you have to drill holes in those things.
well, I mean, also one, you could talk to, see about talking to maybe like one of these bowling alleys or something close by, see if you can do like a wholesale deal with them,
True.
something like that. Or especially since they don't have holes in them already, psh, dude, you can make some crazy artwork,
Yeah,
like create like a giant statue and then use those as like marbles, and then have some kind of scene like that, or use the bowling balls themselves to make some kind of sculpture. Oh, you can do quite a bit with that.
that is an interesting question. I'm sure I could look this up easily, but I had never considered what bowling balls were made out of. I know many of them are plastic, hard polymers like that, but I'm sure that there are some
I
that
have
are
no clue.
probably not even like appropriate to use on a bowling alley because they're so hard. If you have one made out of like stone, you throw it down there Flintstone style, you
Oh
just
yeah,
bang up the
it's just
surface.
shatter. Yeah.
All right.
Let's see if Sherry might know that, since Doyle is a bowlaholic.
Audience member McSherry, do you happen to know off the top of your head what bowling balls might be made out of? The most dangerous materials, if you will, to use at a bowling alley. Because, if it's just plastic, I mean, that's cool. That's cool. But let us know in the future whenever you are able to. We'll move on
No,
forward
right now,
right
right
this
now.
second.
Fucking do it live.
Right
Do
this
it
second.
live.
All right, next story is out of Nova Scotia. A man rescued after scaling a 30-meter, 90 feet here for those in the
Mm-mm,
US, high Halifax
mm-mm.
construction crane and falling asleep inside of it. There's an image of said crane up above everything, super high up there. So here's the story as goes. A construction crew in Halifax had a surprise Friday morning when they arrived at work. They found a man in his 20s, unresponsive, and locked inside the cab at the top of a 30-meter tall construction crane. The man, believed to be intoxicated, had fallen asleep after scaling the crane overnight on Joseph Howe Drive, a busy stretch of road connecting to Armdale Roundabout and the Bedford Highway. Brad Connors, District Chief of Halifax Regional Fire and Emergency, said the construction crew called 911 around 7:15 a.m. After the crane operator unsuccessfully tried to wake the man up. The situation was very dangerous. Construction crews are trained to climbing techniques and safety procedures in the operation of the crane itself. There's many hazards that civilians are not trained for. The man was unresponsive when discovered, locked inside the cab of this crane. Rescue technicians were sent to the scene, managed to wake them up. Once they determined he did not require medical attention, they created a plan to get him safely back to the ground using harnesses and ropes attached to anchor points on the crane. And he managed to climb down himself with those ropes attached while rescue technicians monitored from above and below. So, are they sure they discovered a man in there and not like a cat? Because cats climb to the top of things to sleep
A
all the
bear,
time. Or a bear,
a
yeah.
drunk bear.
It's a drunk bear. It happened to have gotten into a crazy frat boy party. It shaved itself naked and was told it needed to climb this crane on a bet,
Yeah,
and it
that's what
did.
happened.
And it's like, you know
It's
what?
one hell of a rush week.
This is a wonderful place to fall asleep at. Thoughts,
Okay,
please.
wow. So many. One, how the hell I still have normal I guess like maybe I'm just crazy, but I still have that fight or flight, that survival instinct to a degree, when I'm drunk. So I I don't think I can ever be drunk enough to climb 90 feet in the air. Ever. I am terrified of heights, so no way in hell. Two, I mean, if he was drunk, I get why he fell asleep in the cab. Now, see, when you first mentioned this story, I thought you meant homeboy climbed up and he was like on the arm out there and he
Yeah.
just passed out. And I was like,
He's just
how
sleeping out
and
there with the
why
wind
and
around
what?
him, and
Yeah. Like you fuck around and roll over one good time and that's it. You ain't got to worry about it anymore. You
you're
wake
having
up
one of
dead.
those falling
Yeah.
nightmares that you wake up into falling to death.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean, it makes a little more sense in this story that he fell asleep inside the cab instead of, all that other, because wow, no. Um, and this is just a random dude who climbed up this thing?
Yeah, it's not even anybody they knew. It wasn't like a transient, so he was not somebody who was homeless as an example or anything like that. It's just some guy who thought it would be a good idea to climb 30 feet up into this crane and got there and said, "You know what? This looks like a good place to take a nap." And then he locked himself inside because it hadn't been locked. Nobody assumed that it was that somebody's going to go up there, so why lock the doors?
That obviously you haven't dealt with crackheads because that's that's first thing you lock. I don't care how high, how low, whatever it is, you lock it. Screw that.
Even with all of the trouble caused by this individual calling out the crews, everything, there were no charges
Mm,
made either. So it's like they just
that I
let the
don't
guy
believe.
do it and get away with it.
Yeah, that nah, nah. See, this is why people do dumb shit because you need to like people need consequences.
What if this guy was like at the end of his rope, right? My wife just
Mm.
left me. I'm sad. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna climb this thing. I'm gonna end it all. And he gets up there and he's like, "Nope, that's too high." And then he's like, "I need a nap."
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like maybe it wasn't a nap he took. Maybe he just passed out.
I mean, maybe
'Cause
he like goes
That
inside the
that would be
cab.
me.
He's
And
like,
he's just like he sits in there and he's like, "Oh, so this is what it's like up there, up here." And then finally looks down and is like, "Oh,
and then just conks out
yeah,
unconscious and wakes up the following day. Whenever it was, he had gotten up there and he was still intoxicated at the moment of waking up. That's a serious drunk. How do you climb that high while that intoxicated? I can't even like
that's
move across a
impressive."
room.
Yeah, I can barely walk without stumbling, so no way in hell I'm gonna try and climb anything. No, hell no.
90 feet too. The amount of exercise required for that, even just if you're actually using the ladder, could you not?
I can't.
It's
I can't climb 90 feet on my best day. So to be drunk, definitely not.
uh, all right, all right. Moving on to the next story
Yeah.
here.
No, no, no.
Oh, before we do that one, we'll just wait on that. McSherry does say cores are made by adding a heavy substance such as bismuth, graphite, or barium ether, either to resin, making very dense type of plastic, or to ceramic material. So
Huh.
you kind of do
Okay.
an amalgamation of materials to make it sturdy and strong without being so hard that it breaks things. I'd be concerned about barium though. In large enough doses, that's actually radioactive.
Oh,
So,
Jesus.
like you
So
said,
imagine 160 balls underneath your house. Yeah.
you ever wonder about that? I had places that I've lived that I thought were cursed because my animals kept getting sick there. Like rodents, the boys would have them. They'd develop tumors. They'd die. Cats, they'd get all furry, scratchy, whatever, and they'd have problems. And it was either something in the soil or the house was damn radioactive. I've lived in places like that before.
Wow. Yeah, that I mean, I was just talking to the wife not too long ago. I think it was yesterday or today, um, where I said I felt like the old house that we were in before we moved up here was haunted or something was up with it because
Mm,
anytime, I'm usually the last one to go to bed. So I always turn off all the lights, make sure everything's good, make sure the doors are locked, and then head to bed. Um, in that old house, every time I did it, as I was walking towards the bedroom, I would get that feeling that you get looking over the edge of a tall building.
vertigo.
No, no, not that. No, no, no. Because I get vertigo. I get vertigo when anytime
Mm,
I look straight up. I get vertigo. That's that dizzy feeling that you're gonna
yeah.
pass out kind of thing. No, I'm talking about like that scared, anxious, nervous kind of like your senses are telling you, holy no, well, hey, 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 hey,
Hmm.
this is dangerous. Hey, stupid, this is dangerous, kind of thing like that. I had that feeling every time I turned the lights off in that old house.
Ooh.
But in this house, I don't have that feeling. I turn off all the lights, walk around, and then the only thing I feel sometimes is rage because I step on a toy that the kids left out. But other than that,
Lego mines
I don't
everywhere.
feel any kind of like terror. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, tractors, like, oh my God, Lady B's, she was laying on the bed because she had a migraine. So I went to like hop on the bed to like poke her and mess with her. And I hopped on the bed and just got a tractor right to the nuts.
Ooh.
And I was not a happy
No.
camper.
Oh, that sucks.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
having to worry about things children left around or all over the place or behind. I've been lucky with that because my kids don't like toys; they just like video games. So,
No, so yeah,
all
I
right.
gotta
So we'll move on to the next story here. The next one
modern
is
cow trout skill.
absolutely South Korean toilet
Bing.
turns excrement into power and digital currency.
Woo!
Ulsan, South Korea. Using a toilet can pay for your coffee or buy you bananas at a university in South Korea, where human waste is being used to help power the building. Cho Jae-won, an urban and environmental engineering professor at the Ulsan National Institute of Science and Technology, has designed an eco-friendly toilet connected to a laboratory that uses excrement to produce biogas and manure. So they're literally just taking your flushes and bringing it into their lab to use. The BV toilet, a portmanteau of the words bee and vision, uses a vacuum pump to send feces into an underground tank, reducing water usage. Their microorganisms break down the waste to methane, which becomes a source of energy for the building, powering a gas stove, hot water boiler, and solid oxide fuel cells. If we think out of the box, feces has precious value to make energy and manure. I have put this value into ecological circulation. An average person defecates about 500 grams a day, which is roughly 1 pound to those Americans out there listening, which can be converted to 50 liters of methane gas. The environmental engineer said this gas can generate about 0.5 kilowatt hours of electricity or be used to drive a car for about 1.2 kilometers. So, those of you in the audience that are wondering, yes, I did the math, and if everybody on this planet happened to do this with that defecation, we'd have 3.5 billion kilowatt hours of power, or we could roughly like fuel like 2 or 3 states here in America, but maybe entire countries and other places yearly with poop alone. Cho has devised a virtual currency called Gul, which means honey in Korean. Each person using the eco-friendly toilet earns 10 ghoul a day. 10 honey a day if you take a poop on our seats. Students can use the currency to buy goods on campus, from freshly brewed coffee to instant cup noodles, fruits, and books. The students can pick up the products they want to shop and scan a QR code to pay with ghoul. I never only thought that feces are dirty, but now it's a treasure of great value to me. Postgraduate student Heo Huijin said at Ghoul Market, I even talk about feces during mealtimes to think about buying any book I want.
Oh, damn it, Adam.
I'd crap in a Ziploc bag for free coffee. That's a lot of coin.
I'm telling you right now, the moment I saw that title where it turns poop into power and digital currency, I just first thing went through my mind is I have the key to unlimited power and wealth right here. Like just me shitting just on a weekly basis. I've already got rent paid. I got a nice little bit of change in my pocket. We're good to go.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, no, I mean, like the free coffee thing, I'll pass on that because I don't like coffee. But I guarantee you, I will duke it out to get everybody I know free coffee.
I love the idea of renewable energy in this way for sure. For
Yeah.
sure, it could become an entire market, to be honest, using the
Dookie it out.
but it does feel so weird that there are going to be people like coming behind you and cleaning up your poops. And now we have to be self-conscious of our personal looks, our hygiene, our behavior and attitude, and now our feces is going to be rated.
Nah, I mean, I do the hygiene thing and personal looks, kind of. Yeah, maybe, kind of. But I mean, what comes out comes out. I mean, you want to judge me on what kind of devastation I just left back there? Nobody told you to go in there.
That's the surprising part of this. The people that can wreck the bathroom the worst, the most powerful methane emissions, are gonna be the ones that are worth the most money. So
Exactly.
you're looking for the big bathroom bombers, is what you're looking for.
I come out doing this, like, yes. They're like, what happened? I just cracked that toilet. Yeah, I'm rich, baby. Rich.
You just powered a family of 5 for a month, sir.
Exactly. Adam has a good point. What do you think they're looking for? What do you think is the most, I guess, profitable poop?
I already know
Like,
this.
is it?
So it's
Okay. Lay it on us.
It is about making sure that it's the ripe environment for biological organisms.
Unless it's ripe.
So
Unless it's ripe.
it's gotta be ripe, it's gotta be squishy, it's gotta be wet. So you need all of those things. The harder it is, the less water is in it, and the worse it is for this product. So individuals with, like, I don't know, IBS would have a field day with this one.
Oh, I'm a millionaire. Hell yeah. We are rich. Adam, high five. Yes, baby. Yes.
All right. I've got to share one more story before we move over to some questions of the day. And this one is just
All
one
right.
I only have on well, I do have an image. Here we go. Meth addiction in fish poses threat to ecosystem balance, studies.
I thought we were done with the Florida stories.
This is I thought I would just bring it up because we were talking about, how you want to make sure that you always have enough meth for whatever goal you're setting to achieve.
Attack fish. Boom.
We've overdone it. Yeah, they've completely filled the waterways, and now they've run out of their meth again, and the fish are suffering withdrawals.
Oh, poor fish. Well,
Uh,
we like to keep it new, Sherry. So we go back to fish, but now we're on meth fish.
meth
You know, just
fish.
tie it all in together.
We like doing things in cycles. That whole the
Mm-hmm.
circle of meth. Circle of meth. Just like
Oh my
before.
god. I can't imagine the horrible music video that goes with that.
Exactly. Somebody please make that music video. We will love it. We'll focus on that on an episode here, I'm sure. All right.
Oh god.
So now it is our time for some questions and some advice. Uh
Oh,
so Beast, do you have somebody that can answer these questions on
I know
standby?
just the guy. Hold
All
on, let
right.
me go
All
get
right.
him. Give me 1 second.
Okay. We'll be right back with Bees, his friend, talking to us about some advice that we've had some questions for from our audience members. So thank you very much for that. Remember that you can always take part in these shows in the live streams over at RF Chaos on Twitch, and you can actually go to our Discord as well from there and tell us what you want to do, what we should do. We may or may not listen to you because we're selfish like that. But yeah, that. Oh, there we go. There we go. Looks like our friend has shown up. Hi there, Bees' friend. What's your name?
Is this thing working?
It is working exactly.
Mm,
I'm Ty. Nice to meet you. And who are
how
you?
you doing?
I'm doing good. What should I call you, sir?
Just call me Florida Man.
Florida man. Oh, you know what? I've
Mm,
been a huge fan of your exploits, although please don't kill me. Um, however, we've got some
you got
questions here.
meth?
We got a list of questions here that we wanna ask you, Mr. Florida man, and see what your
Mm-hmm.
answers are. So, first question is: Centaurs are a version of rebranding. What animal would make a superior bottom half to horses?
Turtles.
Turtles.
Wait,
Half.
is this horse on top,
It's
turtle on bottom?
horse on top,
I've been
turtle.
dreaming about that before.
Um, I suppose so. They'd have much better defenses, but be very slow. They couldn't. You couldn't. I mean, riding those might be a thing.
They rode like a dream in my dream.
You rode turtle horses.
If I'm dreaming about turtle horses, you damn right I'm gonna ride it.
Okay, fine. That makes sense. So, question for you: which came first? This question: why the chicken crossed the road, or this question: which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes. T&B NFT win.
What? Hold on. What the hell is this? What are you?
What? You
You
seem to
come here, you little rat! Ah!
have found something. What was that?
Almost my dinner, but it got away. It got away this time.
Well,
Not again.
you almost.
I got something for it. I got something for it.
Oh God! What? He's got a weapon. Everybody, he's got a weapon.
Hmm.
All right. Well,
What is your question?
the question is, which one of us can talk the longest without pausing for air?
Out of you and me?
I guess.
You.
Do you think I can talk the longest without pausing for air? You're probably right. I can actually go on for a very, very long time. I don't know. Good lungs. Good.
I'd probably just bite you.
Okay, we will go on to the next question then. So, come up with a new fetish. Go.
I love it. It's peanut butter and armpits.
Peanut butter and armpits fetish. Sticky and moist all at once.
That's how I like it.
Oh, good to know. Good
Like
thing.
a good cheese.
Gross.
Mm.
If you could learn 4 moves like in Pokemon, but not strictly from Pokemon, what would your loadout be?
Yeah, probably vomit, defecate, stab, and meth.
Sounds like the right ability powers. Yeah, it would keep me away from you, that's for sure. All
On
right.
the way, you stab and then take a little meth.
So,
And then stab.
Mr. Florida man, I need advice. I was at a
No,
luncheon.
I'm here.
I was at a luncheon, a high class function. Food was served, and I was
Stab.
stone cold munching. I ate so much I split my pants, but then a cute girl asked me to dance. What do I do?
Dance.
Simple enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Give us
If
your
somebody says anything, you stab them.
just dance, and if they start saying, you just got. So for you, give us your hottest, surefire hit of a pickup line that you have.
Hey, you got a house? Can I go inside?
That, I think I'm getting a little uncomfortable. Let's just move on to the next question. The next question is, why are you so attracted to me?
Guys, you got AC.
Because I've got AC. Does that stand for something in Florida, or do you just need it to be cold?
I just need it to be cold. Oh, it's not an innuendo. No, you have AC. It's hot. Hot.
All right. And last question of the night. Florida man, what is your take on pineapple on pizza?
I'm not too picky when the meth kicks in. Hell, I eat pineapple on people if you get it close enough to me.
Well, I think if you listen closely, you'll hear the police are, as we speak, breaking down your door. So
Oh, no.
we're gonna have to
Whoa.
say goodbye to Florida man here.
There.
Looks
Shut
like
up.
he's fleeing the scene of the crime. Is that even your house, Florida man? I think I see some. Are those legs? You quit dragging those out of frame. You can't do that. That's not okay. That is whoa. Are you okay, Beaz?
I'm fine now. I had somebody else planned, but I don't know what the hell. He came in and kids left the door open and geez. So I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we're out of time, so I can't bring the next week. I'll bring the other guest on, but
Next week.
Wow.
All right,
Wow.
everybody. So that has been the T&Beaz Power Hour. Beaz, where can we find more of you? Tell us what's going on.
Yeah. You can find me here 2 days a week here for the Power Hour. Ah! I just hurt my elbow. And as well as you can find me on Fridays with the Sparrows as the extremely unpredictable elderly turtle.
Extremely unpredictable is one way to put it.
All sorts of hell and havoc, and is just a blast to play. You can also catch me on my channel. My schedule is changing because I have started a new semester. So depending on how all that pans out, I still want to do regular streams. I'm thinking about still doing like the little 2-hour daytime streams. But I might switch them up between Resident Evil and some speed running once I get into that. And then every once in a while, if I do a night stream, I might do a night stream with Fox on our D&D adventure. But other than that, yeah, either RF Chaos or my channel, big_bees. Follow me on Twitter at bigbees_, and yeah.
Yeah, you can catch me, Lot Even Star, on Twitter, or roll_4_chaos there as well, or RF Chaos over here, Lot Even Star Art over here on Twitch. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. We appreciate you. Tomorrow night at 6 Pacific Standard Time, we are back on this channel for Roll Charisma. Got some interesting people popping in for that. And then catch all of our other stuff. Keep an eye on our schedule. Thank you very much for watching and or listening, and have a wonderful day. Bye.
Love you all. And just remember, always be careful.
I thought you were going to say, always make sure you bring enough meth to the situations you're doing.
Well, I mean, if you bring enough meth, you can definitely be powerful.
That's true. Always be powerful.
Goes with it. Yeah.
As a reiteration,
you have enough meth.
We do not support the use of meth on this channel. That is not actually a thing. No, we do. You stop it. Stop it. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.